Hello, and welcome to Frame and Flow. In this quick tutorial, we're going to share some tips and tricks to help you enhance your scenes, focusing on how to create more realistic and detailed close-up shots. Let's dive in and start improving those details. The key to capturing a great close-up shot of products is setting the camera correctly, and the most important setting is the field of view. The field of view refers to the area visible through the camera lens at a given distance and focal length. Different FOVs impact how much of the scene is captured and how the objects within that scene are represented. In many 3D design and rendering software, like Spline, the field of view is measured in degrees, unlike traditional photography where it's measured in focal length. This degree measurement represents the angular extent of the scene that the camera captures. A larger FOV means a wider angle capturing more of the scene, similar to a wide-angle lens in real life, while a smaller FOV offers a narrower view, like a zoomed-in telephoto lens. To create a close-up shot of a product in Spline, we need to lower the FOV. This narrows the camera's field of view, simulating a telephoto lens, which helps zoom in on the product and reduces distortion. As you can see in the right image, with a narrower field of view, the render focuses on intricate details, textures, and colors without distortion. In contrast, the left image shows significant distortion due to a higher field of view. So, always remember to reduce the camera's field of view for close-up renders. Another technique for adding detail to your scene is creating more complex materials. For example, if you look at the joystick of the controller, you can see it has a leathery appearance. You can achieve this look by using a bump map. Simply import a bump map and apply it in the Lighting tab. If I turn off the bump map, you can see that we lose all the intricate details of the joystick. Therefore, applying a bump map when necessary will provide that extra layer of realism. Additionally, you can stack layers of materials to enhance the detail in your scene. If you look closely at the plastic section of the controller, you'll notice small white and black dots. Instead of using a flat color for the plastic, I created a customized version by adding these dots, which I accomplished using 2 noise layers. If you observe the plastic closely as I disable the layer, you can see how drastically its appearance changes. You can use this technique to add imperfections to your materials as well, such as dust or scratches. Using different layers in the material section and combining them with blending modes is an effective technique for creating more complex-looking materials. One way to enhance the realism of your scene is by turning on ambient shadows. This effect creates shadows where objects touch each other and darkens areas where they are close together, such as in corners. In Spline, you can adjust the bias and radius of ambient shadows. Increasing the bias makes shadows more pronounced, while a higher radius softens the edges. You can also change the color of the shadows. Ambient shadows work well with other light sources. Combining them with directional or point lights can significantly enhance the realism of your scene. Keep in mind that enabling ambient shadows may slow down your scene's loading time, but it's a great tool for adding extra detail. Another way to enhance the realism of your scene is by incorporating post-processing effects. For instance, in this scene, we have applied depth of field, bloom, and brightness adjustments. If we disable these effects, you can see how the scene transforms into a flatter version. Always consider using these enhancements. The depth of field alone can drastically alter your scene. For example, when I turn off just the depth of field, you can see how significant the difference is. Depth of field is particularly useful in close-ups, allowing you to focus on any part of the object simply by clicking on the focus distance and selecting the area you want to highlight. Another useful effect is hue adjustment. You can completely change the tone of your scene just by adjusting the slider. Bloom is also a valuable effect that adds extra detail to your scene. For instance, if you look at the Sony logo, you'll notice that even subtle changes can affect its appearance. These little adjustments significantly contribute to the overall quality of your work. Additionally, incorporating contrast can help your scene appear less flat. Keep these effects in mind when aiming to add more detail to your scene. However, be cautious, as they can slow down your loading time. It may be best to use only 1 or 2 effects. especially if your project will be used on a website that requires faster loading times. Nonetheless, these enhancements can transform your scene into something much more visually appealing. That's it for today's tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this and want to see more tutorials like it, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button for more content.